students, welcome to Vista's Learning. This is a platform where you get access to quality educational videos. So what is our today topic? What are we going to learn today? We are going to learn something related to this picture. What you can see in this picture? There is lot of junk collected here. Have you ever heard about the word junk? Who are junk sellers? If not, then we are going to learn in this chapter 6, the junk seller. What are we going to discuss in this chapter is who is a junk seller. Which person is called junk seller? Who is a junk seller? What is a loan? We will learn about loan. That what is a loan? What do you understand with the word loan? What is a unitary method? And how do we use this unitary method? To perform multiple multiplication in the same question. There are some questions and we require to perform multiple multiplications in that question. So we are going to discuss that in this video. Multiplication based on the items displayed. Sometimes items are displayed and looking at the items displayed, we have to do multiplication. So let's start. First, we are going to learn about Kabadi Wali. This story is about Kiran and it is a true story. The story starts and it states that have you met a Kabadi Wali? A woman who sells junk. This is a true story told by Kiran who has a junk shop in Patna. So, this is the picture shown in your textbook and she is Kiran. And this is the true story of a Kiran who is a Kabadi Wali. Right? And she has a junk shop in Patna. I studied in a Hindi medium school in my village. She says that she has studied in a Hindi medium school in her village. Right? And further she states, my father wanted girls to study like boys. Her father, Kiran's father, wanted girls to study like boys. She loved Hindi and science, but she hated math. So during her school days, she liked to study Hindi and science, but she didn't like math. She hated math. Today, math is most useful for my work. But now, today she realizes that math is the most useful for her work. To calculate junk selling in her business, she needs to use math. I could never imagine this in school. She says she never imagined in her school days that math would be very useful in her future. Or if she is doing some business, then she would need math there. Right? So let us learn who are known as junk sellers. A junk seller is the person who collects used or broken items or discarded items from junk collectors. So such people you would have seen near your house, they come door to door to collect junk items. Junk means old or broken items, the items which are there in your house which you want to discard it. That means throw it. Or those items are broken items. You don't want to keep them any longer in your house. So such items are called junk. And if you give them to junk collectors or junk sellers, you get a very good value for it. So don't discard it in the dustbin, else give them to the junk collectors and they will pay you a value according to the value of the item. And then sells them in the big market and earns a profit out of it. So junk sellers, what they do, first they collect junk from such junk collectors. Then for a value, they give them a value. Then they sell it in the big market and there they get more value for the junk they have collected from the junk collectors. You would have seen such people also. What they do, they collect junk from trash. Some junk collectors, they go door to door to collect old broken items or trash. which they think is useful and they can sell it to the junk collectors. Sometimes junk collectors collect junk from the trash. Where trash is collected, they go there, they dig out the trash and they find out the things which are useful to them. And then they sell it for a value. So in this way they earn profit. What is a loan? Now let us understand what is a loan. Loan is an amount borrowed by an individual from bank or other individual for which in return a person has to pay actual amount with the interest amount within the given period of time. Now what do we understand from this? That loan is an amount that we borrow from bank or from some other individual. But what we have to do in return, we have to pay actual amount with the interest amount. Means some interest rate is fixed on that amount. So when we are repaying the loan to the bank, the money that we have borrowed from bank, right? When we repay it, we have to pay an interest amount that has been fixed by the bank within the given period of time. And bank even fixes a particular fixed period of time. Within that given time, we have to repay the money that we have borrowed from bank. Now this money can be used for conducting business or for personal use also. It depends upon the person for what reason he is borrowing money from bank. Sometimes from some other individuals also we can borrow money. In that case, he may charge you interest or may not charge you interest. It depends upon that person who is giving you a loan. So you are just borrowing money from the other person. But if you are borrowing money from the bank, then definitely you have to repay the actual amount with the interest amount. This is how we take a loan from the bank, maybe for educational purpose, for conducting business or for some other personal use also. Sometimes to take a house, we take a home loan. For different purposes, we borrow money from bank. And when we pay the loan amount to the bank, we have to pay it along with the interest amount. Now let's learn what is a unitary method. A unitary method is a method of finding a value of a single unit. First we find the value of a single unit and then multiplying that value by the required value. Let us see an example so you will understand it more clearly. Here the value of one balloon is rupees 2. So what will be the value of 4 balloons? If I know the cost of one balloon and I need to find cost of 4 balloons, what I am going to do? I am going to use unitary method. What is the method says? That finding a value of a single unit. First we find the value of a single unit. First we find the value of a single unit and then multiplying that value by the required value. Now we know the value of one balloon. So we can multiply it with the 4 balloons. We will get the total value and we will even come to know what is the cost of 4 balloons. So one balloon costs rupees 2. So cost of 4 balloon will be 2 into 4, which will give us rupees 8. So cost of 4 balloons is rupees 8. In this way, in unitary method, first we find the value of a single unit. First we find the value of a single unit and then multiply that value by the required value. Means the required value is 4 balloons. We need to find the value of 4 balloons. We know the cost of one balloon is rupees 2. So we need to multiply the value by the required value and we are getting it rupees 8. Next we are going to learn to perform multiple multiplication in the same question. How we are going to perform multiple multiplication in the same question? Let's see an example for that. If a person buys one packet of biscuit in a day for rupees 10. Here the question is, if a person buys one packet of biscuit in a day means in one day for rupees 10, then how much he will pay for 15 packets of biscuit? If he buys 15 packets of biscuit, then how much is he going to pay? For one packet, he is paying rupees 10. For 15 packets, how much he is going to pay? We need to find out in a month how many packets of biscuit he will buy. If he buys one packet of biscuit in one day, then in a month, how many packets of biscuit is he going to buy? Now we know the cost of one packet of biscuit, it is rupees 10, right? Rupees 10 for one packet of biscuit. So rupees 10 into 1 gives us rupees 10. Now cost of 15 packets of biscuit. Now we need to find out cost of 15 packets of biscuit. So rupees 10 into 15. Cost of one packet is rupees 10. We need to find out cost of 15 packets. So 10 into 15 will give us rupees 150. We know in a month there are 30 days. Now we need to find in a month how many packets of biscuit he will buy. If he is buying one packet of biscuit in a day, in a month, how many packets of biscuit he will buy? So we know there are 30 days in a month. In a day he buys one packet of biscuit. So in a month he will buy 1 into 30. One biscuit in a day. So for 30 days we will multiply. 1 into 30, that is 30 packets. So he will buy 30 packets in a month. So this is how we perform multiple multiplication in the same question. It is about the requirement of the question. If a question is requiring multiple multiplication, then we need to perform in this way. First we need to find out the value of single unit. Then we need to multiply it with the required value. So first we needed to find out the cost of 15 packets of biscuit, and that is why we multiplied it with the value of single unit, which is rupees 10. We got the answer as 150. Then again further we needed to find out that how many packets of biscuit he will buy in 1 month. So first for that we know there are 30 days in a month. And then we multiplied 30 into 1. Why we multiplied? Because he buys one packet of biscuit in a day. So he buys 30 packets of biscuit in a month. Now let's learn another topic. So now we are going to learn multiplication based on items displayed. So here there is an item which is displayed. This is the price list set by Dinu. Dinu has set this price list for giving it to junk collectors. He collects junk from junk collectors and he gives them a value. For giving them the value, he has set a price list. According to this price list, only he collects junk from the junk collectors, right? So he sells newspaper for rupees 6 per kg. That means for 1 kg he gives rupees 6. Iron rupees 14 for 1 kg. So this price is per kg. Price of 1 kg. Brass he takes for rupees 180 over kg. Plastic he takes for rupees 12 for 1 kg. And waste paper he takes rupees 4.50 for 1 kg. We need to find out cost of 63 kg plastic. Cost of 1 kg plastic is given here, it is rupees 12. We need to find out if he is taking 63 kg of plastic, then how much he is going to pay the junk collector. Junk seller. This time multiplication we are going to do differently. We are going to do multiplication in a box. Right? How we are going to display numbers on this? On top we are going to write 63. Now in the number 63, 6 is in the tens place. right? So we are going to write 60. 6 tens means 60. 3 is in the ones place, so I am going to write 3 ones. So on top I have written 63. 6 tens means 60 and 3 ones. Now on the left side I am going to write 10 and 2. In the number 12, 1 is in the tens place. 110 means 110 and 2 is in ones place, so I will write 2 in this way. Now we will start doing multiplication. First I am going to multiply 60 by 10. So I will get 600. Now multiplication of number which are having zeros in them is easier. What you have to do? First you have to multiply non-zero multiplier. That is 6 into 1 will give you 6. Then how many zeros are there in the question? 1 and 2. So you have to add 2 zeros next to the 6. So our answer is 60 into 10, 600. Next we are going to multiply 3 by 10, which will give us 30. 3 tens are 30. 60 multiplied by 2. Next we are going to multiply 60 by 2, which will give us 120. And 2 we will multiply by 3, which will give us 6. So in this way, we will multiply in this table, and multiplication is also quite easier in this table. Now we are going to add all the numbers in the box. The answers that we have got here, 630, 120 and 6. These answers we are going to add and find out the total answer. So total we will get as 756, right? So cost of 63 kg of plastic is rupees 756. This method is very easy. This method is also called lattice method. But in lattice method, you add the numbers diagonally. Here we have drawn the box. In this box, we are doing multiplication. We are performing multiplication in this box. But in lattice method, we perform multiplication in diagonal box. We draw diagonals there and perform the multiplication. But it is similar to this. And multiplication of bigger numbers can be done easily using this box. So 63 is a bigger number, right? But we have splitted this 63 into 6 tens and 3 ones. So it became easier for you to do the multiplication. And then you have to add all the answers that you have got in this box and find out the total answer, which is 756. So in an easier way, you got the final answer, that is cost of 63 kg plastic is 756. So now let's revise what we have learned in this chapter. Junk seller are the people who collect junk from door to door and then sell it in the appropriate market. Right? They collect junk from our house and then they sell it in the appropriate market where they get higher value for it. Right? We use different arithmetic operations in our daily life. In our daily life, we use different arithmetic operations. In some situations, we need to do addition. In some situations, we need to do subtraction. When we know the value of 1 unit and we need to find value of many units, then we do multiplication. When we want to share something into equal groups, we do division. So, we use arithmetic operation in our daily life while making a purchase or selling something. While you are going to make a purchase in the shop or you are selling junk or any other thing to someone, then also you need to perform arithmetic operation. So, math is very important, children, and it is used in our everyday life. So, here we have come to the end of this session. I hope you enjoyed this session. You understood the junk seller chapter and how junk sellers sell junk in the market and earn profit from it. So, don't forget to share and subscribe it with your friends and stay tuned for more such interesting videos to Vista's Learning. Until then, bye-bye.